So I'm Sal Spadek, and I know you guys like to hang out outside with your friends. You know, maybe you like to do a little hiking. Well, backpacking is a good way to hang out with your friends, because you know, you can be with them for multiple days. And a key part of backpacking is eating. And how you eat when you're backpacking is with a backpacking stove, which is what I have right here. So a backpacking stove is pretty much a one-burner stove. It's not like you have your entire kitchen in your house. You have only one burner, and it's a little bit more difficult to set up than your kitchen at your house. So this is what I'm going to start with. So the key parts of the backpacking stove are first the fuel canister. This has 32 ounces of gasoline, just like in your car, because it's cheap and easy to get. Next, you have your fuel pump, which attaches to the fuel can and allows you to attach the can to the burner. This is the burner. It has a fuel line here to attach to the fuel can, and the burner, which you can put your pot on. Then you have the wind guard. This goes around the burner, so the wind doesn't blow out your flame. And lastly, you have these metal pieces that attach to your burner so that you can put the pot on. Next, I'm going to show you the motions of how to put this together. So first, you're going to start by taking off your fuel bottle, the top of it. A little gas might spew out, but that's okay. Next, you're going to attach this fuel pump, just like this, and screw it on to that can very tight, so there's going to be no leaking. Next, what you're going to do, you're going to come down here, on the ground, you're going to take your fuel pump and bottle, and attach the stove directly to that bottle. Now that you have that tight, you're going to want to put this metal piece that's on this, that swings around, and attach that to the fuel pump so you know you have a tight seal. Now, you can attach these burner pieces. So just like this, you're just going to put those on. The stove should have slots for them. Next, what you're going to do is put your wind guard on, because when you start lighting the stove, you don't want to have the wind be in your way. You want it to be easily accessible, and you don't want the flame to go. So next, what you're going to do is you're going to start pumping your stove so you have some pressure. You usually do this about, say, 20 to 50 times, depending on what the temperature is, what the pressure is. If you're at a higher elevation, you might need to pump it more times. So that's good. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to let a little fuel into the stove, just enough so that you can get a little bit of heat in there. Once you start to see a little bit of liquid come out, turn it off, because you don't need that much. Next, you're going to take a match and light that fuel. You're going to want to do this, be a little cautious, because it can flame up pretty quickly. You can see this orange flame? You're going to want to have a blue flame. So you're going to want to wait a second before that flame really starts to get large. It'll take a second. Just like this. Once you start to have a blue flame, you're going to want to turn it on, the fuel back on. So this might take a second before the flame starts to get big. See how it takes a little while from the orange to go to a blue? This is a good flame for you to start putting your pot on. See that there's no flame here? That means that you have a very hot flame, and that's good for cooking. After you're done using the stove, you can turn it off and wait for the flame to die down and wait for it to cool off, and then you can put your stove away. If you put it away while it's hot, you're going to get something called a star burn. Is when you lift that stove up and you put it back in and you get a brand on you in the shape of the metal pieces on there. So a key part of using a stove is safety. So with safety, you always want to make sure that all your seals are correctly on there. You want to make sure that nothing's going to leak, no fuel is going to leak, and nothing's going to catch on fire. Because if something does catch on fire, this can happen, and you don't want that to happen. So thank you for watching my